An outstanding start to this one. 10 minutes down, potentially 15 still to go as round 3 gets underway here between Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson. Oh, he lands another strike to the body here, really starting to connect on a lot of strikes to the midsection here in the latter stages of this fight. Well, without much resistance, he continues to find a home for that jab, much like he did in the previous round.
He's doing a real good job of landing those punches.
Oh, and he tags him with the straight, beautifully placed there by McGregor. Ferguson's lower jaw very swollen now. Time to bite down on the mouthpiece and move forward. Nice punch there by McGregor. Oh, now he has found his timing. He is doling out punishment here. Ferguson gets caught by that straight punch. His defense is abandoned there. All right, so he continues to land strikes because his cardio at this point has abandoned him a little bit. Well, he absorbs a kick to the head here, left it wide open. He's got to not move into that power shot. Let's see if he can adjust.
Clean punch. Good shots by the champion.
Double jab there by Conor. Punch is blocked.
You got to be careful when you throw the same technique over and over and over again. Good front kick there. Hit him with the jab.
Oh, perfect combination.
Oh, and he's down.
Nice punch by McGregor.
Front kick to the face.
McGregor gets back up. Oh, another crisp jab lands flush. Nice way to keep the opponent at distance there.
He's doing a really good job of timing these shots.
El Cucuy gets hit with a kick here. Let's see how he responds. Oh, and he tags him with the straight. Nice job there by McGregor. Able to land, but barely with that front kick.
And he's down.
McGregor gets back up. No surprise there.
Tags him. Oh!
Well, a case of pick your poison here. If you drop the elbow defensively to lessen the body damage, you open yourself up upstairs. He is in some serious trouble now. Oh, nice punch there by Conor. Well, you've got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right.
He's really doing a good job of controlling distance and getting off these shots.
Nice punch by Ferguson.
The knee lands.
Ferguson gets caught with that punch. Oh. Huge block there. Pretty good straight punch for him there, Joe. El Cucuy gets hit by that leg kick.
Oh, he nailed him. This fight is dangerously close to being stopped.
Both guys landing big shots.
Things just got real interesting. And here another big shot lands and another knockdown. And here another clean shot lands and another knockdown.
Okay, you've been knocked down before, and you come up, and you come back, and you won, okay? Ariane Celeste is with us.
You ready to fight? Ready.
So how... About the first 15 minutes, we have now arrived at the championship rounds. Round 4, forthcoming now between Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson. All right, so with that, we have arrived at the 4th round. The championship rounds are here, and now is when we really see championship metal, right, Joe? To see what these fighters are made of. 15 hard minutes in the books. We'll see who's the fresher fighter here to begin this 4th of a possible 5 rounds.
Good scramble.
Well, you've got to love this performance here tonight, Joe. He continues to land a high number of strikes, just as he did in the previous round.
Oh, that left hook hurt him.
Oh!
He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. He's now back to half guard. And he's back in the guard.
Just over 3 minutes to go now.
He gets the full mount. Hip escape. And he's out of the full mount. Nicely done. He's now working from full guard.
Gets up again here, but hurting. Constantly a moving target.
The champion is in big trouble here. He's out.
And just like that, the fight is over.
And here's the end. We can see it one more time. Look at this huge straight punch that causes the KO here. Watch this again here. Crank right on the jaw.
And there is the UFC lightweight champion proving tonight he can not just get it done, but get it done with style points as he gets the knockout to leave with the gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 45 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout and new UFC.
Yeah. I'm on 100 right now. Yeah. The flow is sounding like
Hello, fight fan, and welcome to Career Mode in EA Sports UFC 3. Every fighter has to have goals. Yours is to become the greatest of all time. You'll need to do more than just win fights and championships, though. To become the GOAT, you'll need to break UFC performance and promotional records to make your mark inside and outside the octagon. Whether you're training to improve your attributes, performing drills to unlock new techniques, or promoting yourself to gain fans and build up fights against your biggest rivals, the decisions you make in Career Mode will determine your legacy in the UFC. Greatness awaits. Go take it.
they ain't see it coming like a fast break. They ain't see it coming like Jordan hitting jumpers. Yeah, they asked me when that new music about to drop. Ain't that what I gave you last week? Yeah. Oh, you done it now. Feels like I'm coming up and spit it like I'm underground. Wonder how I come into your city like I run a town. Let it sound. Started on the stage, now we in the crowd. Yeah, was with the hype though. Told me that your record was the greatest, but you lied though. Told me they consider you a god, yeah, well I don't. Say you never live until you find something to die for. Yeah, and then it's so true. Forget the haters, remember people you're close to. Now I'm doing things they told me I ain't supposed to. They treat me like a player, that's funny, I'm here to coach you. Go back to the bench, now where you belong. Say that you've been practicing, well maybe you should do it more. Say that you the boss, yeah, well who did you employ? All these sucky rappers, I don't listen to them, so no. I'm on 100. Yeah, I said I'm on 100 right now, hey. We on 100. Yeah, I said we on 100 right now, hey. I'm on 100. Yeah, I said I'm on 100 right now, hey. We on 100. Yeah, I said we on 100 right now, hey. Yeah, you should've left us on a high note. Different city, different time zones. You had me open up for your tour. I leave it looking like it's my show. The fans begging for the encore. Yeah, and what you know about selling merchandise right out your house? I got 40 boxes in my living room on the couch. Yeah, me and my girl about to ship them out. Oh Lord. Yeah, I thought I told them last record. I'm not standing mad hustle. Nah, but that's what happens when the fans love you. I know. Yeah, I ain't the norm, but I like it though. About to move the family out to Nashville. I'm sleeping on the floor, got no curtains in the bedroom. Hang up the sheets, yeah, that's the way that I roll. Yeah, they think the money about to change me. That type of talking got me angry, yeah. A lot of people trying to play me. Me and the fan base looking like the A-team. Woo. How you telling people that we family? Hold up. Yeah, when you ain't even mad at me. That's the type of thing that made us sad me. Yeah, that's the type of thing that may have sad me. I'm on 100. Yeah, I said I'm on 100 right now, hey. We on 100. Yeah, I said we on 100 right now, hey. I'm on 100. Yeah, I said I'm on 100 right now, hey. We on 100. Yeah, I said we on 100 right now, hey. I'm on 100. Yeah, I said I'm on 100 right now, hey.
I was raised in the streets, I was made. If you ain't know the name, then you should be ashamed. Grow up and show me some love, you always wanna hate. But if life give me lemons, I'm sipping lemonade. You claim you acting the same, and I'm acting the same. But you approaching me strange, you too close to me, man. All eyes on me, it's about to go down. If you ain't know about it, guess you know now. We showing now, but the money never changed us. So don't make us have to show you where we came from. All eyes on me, it's about to go down. If you ain't know about it, guess you know now. We showing now, but the money never changed us. So don't make us have to show you where we came from. Who want it? Who want it? We want it. We want it. We run it. We run it. 100. Who want it? Who want it? We want it. We want it. We run it. We run it. 100. Drink this all my life. Been this all my life. No doors on my ride. I just live my life. Thank God I'm alive. Getting to it, I ain't playing with it. Watch chain both came with it. What they saying? Hold on, wait a minute. I stayed on my pivot. You can't say I did it. House lights, only thing switching. Men acting like they be switching. They don't really wanna start a ride. They don't really wanna start a ride. They don't really wanna come and try. All eyes on me, it's about to go down. If you ain't know about it, guess you know now. We showing now, but the money never changed us. So don't make us have to show you where we came from. All eyes on me, it's about to go down. If you ain't know about it, guess you know now. We showing now, but the money never changed us. So don't make us have to show you where we came from. Who want it? Who want it? We want it. We want it. We run it. We run it. 100. Who want it? Who want it? We want it. We want it. We run it. We run it. 100. We going all out. Give them something they can talk about. Talk of the town, better ask around. So if you coming, we ain't backing down. Going all out. We the wrong ones to call out. We run the town, better ask around. So if you coming, we ain't backing down. All eyes on me, it's about to go down. If you ain't know about it, guess you know now. We showing now, but the money never changed us. So don't make us have to show you where we came from. All eyes on me, it's about to go down. If you ain't know about it, guess you know now. We showing now, but the money never changed us. So don't make us have to show you where we came from. Who want it? Who want it? We want it. We want it. We run it. We run it. 100. Who want it? Who want it? We want it. We want it. We run it. We run it. 100.
What's up, UFC fans? Creative Director Brian Hayes here with some tips to help you out when it comes to striking in EA Sports UFC 3. First things first, you're trying to do damage to your opponent. You can attack your opponent's head, body, or legs, each of which has its own health meter. The more damage you do to a region over a short period of time, the more likely you are to cause a health event, like a stun, knockdown, or knockout. But it's not as simple as just throwing as many strikes as you can. Your fighter also has a stamina meter, and every action you perform costs a little bit of stamina. Big fancy spinning strikes cost more stamina than quick basic strikes, and missing strikes cost more stamina than landing them. Most importantly, your strikes do less damage when your stamina is low, and you take more damage when your stamina is low. If you throw a bunch of strikes and blow your stamina, one good shot from a savvy opponent might put you on the floor. Always moving forward and throwing a lot of strikes without a care for stamina or defense is also dangerous because it increases your vulnerability. Moving into the path of any strike will increase its effectiveness. Getting caught by a strike in the middle of throwing your own can be particularly dangerous. And both of those things get worse if your stamina is low. So, mix up your strikes, watch your stamina, and be careful not to create too many opportunities for your opponent if you're pressing the action. Hey there, UFC fans. Creative Director Brian Hayes here with some more tips to help you out with the new striking gameplay in EA Sports UFC 3. When somebody's trying to knock your block off or cave in your midsection, your first instinct will be to block, which is smart. But be aware, your block can be broken down when it absorbs too many strikes. There's a block meter up in the fighter HUD that shows you your block strength. But if you're too busy trying to survive to glance up there, just remember, you can't just hold the block button and expect to survive a sustained assault unscathed. Use your footwork, head movement, switch your stance, or use your own offense to avoid taking damage and give your block strength some time to regenerate. If you're trying to break down your opponent's block, combinations are a good strategy. By striking in combination, you can attack different regions or attack the same region from different angles, both of which help you do damage and break through your opponent's defense quicker. Every fighter in the game can perform a variety of combinations. You can find them in the game help screen from the pause menu. If you're looking for a low-risk environment to practice combinations, check out Practice Mode. What's up, UFC fans? We're back here with some more advanced tips to help you out when it comes to striking in EA Sports UFC 3. Strike canceling is a new feature in the game this year. This means if you hit the high block during the initiation phase of any strike, you will cancel that strike. You can use strike canceling to feint strikes and fake out your opponent, or to bail on a risky move if you see that you're out of range. Stopping power is another new wrinkle in EA Sports UFC 3. Basically, anytime you land a strike while your opponent is winding up and throwing one of their own, stopping power comes into play, either by interrupting the strike altogether or reducing the damage it does if it lands against you. Stopping power also affects your opponent's locomotion, so a stiff jab or a straight can be helpful in keeping a pressure fighter from advancing. The effect of frame advantage in the game is greater too. Frame advantage determines how fast you can block, move your head, lunge, basically perform any action after you miss or land a strike. This means that every strike has its own level of risk and reward. If you miss a quick jab, you'll be able to recover very quickly, but a jab only does a little damage. Whereas, if you miss with a big roundhouse kick, you might be unable to defend yourself against a well-timed attack from your opponent while you're recovering. That said, landing a big roundhouse to the head does big damage. Salutations, UFC fans. Creative Director Brian Hayes here with some information to help you out if the fight goes to the ground. First things first, don't freak out. Here, if you've been taken down by a more experienced grappler, they're going to expect you to try and get right back up. And doing what your opponent expects is a recipe for disaster. Your grapple HUD will show you what transitions you can perform from your current position. Push and hold the right stick in the direction you want to go, and let the transition meter fill up, and boom, you're in the new position. If you don't see an option to get up, try pressing the L1 or left bumper button, which reveals alternate transitions that are available. Stamina is also important on the ground. If your stamina is low, take a breather and let it recover to give yourself a better chance of pulling off a transition attempt. Transition attempts can be denied by holding the right trigger or R2 button and matching the same direction as a transition with the right stick. In some positions, landing a strike on your opponent can stop their transition attempt too. Completing transitions, denying transitions, landing strikes, and blocking strikes can all build up your grapple advantage, which makes it easier for you to pull off your next transition. So, if you get taken down and always try to get right back up, you might be doing exactly what your opponent expects, giving them an easy denial that will build up their grapple advantage and make it easier for them to advance position. Sometimes it helps if you're patient, throw some strikes, block some strikes, and let your opponent try to make the first move. What's up, UFC fans? Brian Hayes here with some helpful tips for escaping or finishing submissions. If you're not comfortable with the idea of your opponent choking you unconscious or breaking your arm, the submission game can be stressful. But there's good news. Escaping a submission is really not that complicated. I'm not saying it's always going to be easy, but it's not complicated. If your opponent locks on a submission, the only thing you need to worry about is the right stick. Push the right stick up, down, left, or right to move any one of the break walls all the way to the edge of the submission hub. Do that, and you're out. Your opponent can block you from moving a break wall by matching the same direction with the right stick. If you're pushing on a wall and it's not moving, push the right stick in another direction. Every submission has multiple stages. If your opponent advances the submission to another stage, all your break walls move back towards the middle. The more you've pushed each break wall out, the more of your escape progress will be retained if your opponent advances the submission. So it's a good idea to attack all 4 break walls early in a submission. If you're trying to finish a submission, you have to prevent your opponent from pushing any break wall all the way out. We already covered that. You also have to watch for the left stick prompts to advance the submission. The left stick prompts will be the same color as your fighter's HUD, red or blue. One wrinkle to throw in the mix. Some fighters have advanced submissions with the potential to switch or chain into a deeper stage of a new submission. When a green left stick prompt shows up, that is a submission chain prompt. If the attacker hits it first, they'll switch to the new submission. If the defender hits it first, the chain opportunity is canceled and you stay in the same submission.
Hello, fight. Welcome to EA Sports UFC Ultimate Team, the mode that lets you build and customize a team of UFC fighters to compete online or offline in a variety of exciting challenges. Every fight earns you coins you can use to purchase Ultimate Team packs containing better fighters, better moves, and other ways to improve your team. Powerful new items are available all the time. Compete in Ultimate Championships, single-player championships, or the all-new solo challenges to rank up, earn coins, and build your baddest UFC Ultimate Team. It is a lightweight bout between Bruce Lee and Tony Ferguson. Yes, here he is, the founder of Jeet Kune Do, and as Dana White calls him, the father of modern mixed martial arts. Bruce Lee making the walk tonight. You can make the argument no man has had as much of an influence. And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. Ferguson is 2 years the elder. He is 4 inches taller. He will have a 4-inch reach advantage. We send it inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is begins. A referee in charge of the Octagon, Dan Mergliotta. And now, this.
You ready? You ready?
All right, the wait is over. We are underway here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Just remarkable to see where Ferguson has come since season 13 of The Ultimate Fighter.
Just missed with that huge kick.
All right, first round is underway, and I don't have to tell the avid fans, you've got to watch out for this fighter's powerful overhand punches. He does not discriminate, power from both sides, and a big part of his game plan obviously coming in here tonight.
Both guys have proved to be dangerous in the opening seconds of this fight. Really missed with that right hand.
Double jab there by Lee.
Good inside leg kick.
Well, that jab has been there all night. Again, he doubles up on the jab. Beautiful work on the feet there by Lee.
Good job landing that series of punches here. That one hurt.
So his opponent lands that kick to the body, Joe, and he has shown an increased susceptibility to that strike here tonight. Ferguson's lower jaw is extremely swollen now.
Oh, strong inside leg kick. Really, he might have hurt his knee there.
And now starting to snap off that jab.
Look at this. Down.
Under 3 minutes remain in round one.
He's got full, oh, nope, half guard. Inside control here. He's looking for the Kimura, trying to lock it up. He's got his arm pinned down. It looks like the Kimura is locked in and tight for him.
He might get a finish here.
This Kimura is getting tighter. He may be forced to tap here.
And there it is.
It was a beautiful job setting up that submission, and once he got it, the fight was over.
Yeah, that is high-level stuff out of him there, Joe, to finish the submission. It's one thing to get the dominant position. It's another thing to close the show, and he certainly did that here tonight. That's a big one.
And here we can see it again. Beautiful technique here on this.
And here we go inside the octagon. Bruce. And
You ready? You ready? Let's go.
we are underway. Ferguson has been such a submission threat and successful striker in the UFC that people sleep on the fact that he does come in with wrestling credentials. Two-time collegiate All-American at Grand Valley State University. These guys throwing early.
Oh, big shots there.
All right, so the first round is underway. You know he leads the league in submission attempts, right? So the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner going to try to go for the early takedown attempt. That is his comfort zone, and if he can get this fight to the canvas, you got to think he could be getting a tap sooner rather than later.
Very nicely done. This cut on his face is getting worse. Great job landing a series of punches.
Ferguson gets hit with a kick. He appears largely unfazed, but he doesn't want to take too many more of those, Joe. Right hand upstairs. Well, his opponent's got the read now, Joe, as he lands the punch to the head. He's got to change up his striking pattern and the tempo, or he's going to continue to be vulnerable to that count.
And a nice 1-2 with the right and the left.
And both guys really throwing with authority.
Good shot from the clinch.
El Cucuy gets the double underhooks.
Hard hook.
Oh, beautifully placed with another punch there. Well, these hook shots, Joe, are really starting to pile up. Another one landed there by Lee. Oh, and he gets the takedown. Useful.
Moves into north-south. Side control again. Excellent movement here on the ground. He's looking for an arm triangle. He's got the choke. Scoots his hips back, sprawls.
And this might just be a matter of time.
Stunning. Stunningly made it look easy. Set it up, close it off, got the choke for the tap.
So yeah, it came down to tap out or go to sleep, and his opponent chose the former. The choke was clearly sunk in deep, perfect technique, and ultimately that is one of the bigger wins of his career. He gets it done by some. Here now, Bruce Buffer.
Let me talk to you for just a quick moment, cause I see that you are in need. You wanna drink till you're drunk, so you drank on my drink, but I'd rather roll weed. Since your intentions are not my dimensions, I think that it's time you should leave. And if you don't mind, hop off my line, cause I am inclined to find a new guy.
Said she love dark meat, filet mignon. If she late with Sean, she gon' stay till morning. Most likely, give a grade A performance.
Coming up next, it shall be done. The lightweight showdown between Yancy Medeiros and...
There you go. First one, you ready? Are you ready?
Here we go. Opens with the left hand and lands flush. Effective jab there by Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, he's getting lit up here. He got tagged there. That one hurt. Oh, he got tagged there. They have started this fight off with a brawl.
Ooh, blocks the shot. Nice straight right lands. And another straight finds the target there by Yancy Medeiros. Well, he got his head snapped back there, Joe. The straight punch lands flush to the head. And again, he's just not doing things defensively that you want to see. Move that upper body. Get that head off of the center line. Right now, he's just leaning right into his opponent's range.
He lands a huge elbow to the head.
What a fight we got going on here.
Vicious combinations. He is landing some brutal elbows.
Elbow by Medeiros. Ferguson's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling.
And they separate. Oh, nice.
Blocks the shot. Oh, lands that punch. And that's Ferguson at his best, mixing it up. You don't know what's coming. Oh, man, another elbow, and it landed flush, Joe. He's thrown several of those already in this fight. Most of them have landed. His opponent has got to do something to stop the assault. Round two straight ahead. All right, that's the end of 5 minutes. That's the end of the round. You see the cut on his lip, and that thing is only getting worse. Pretty nasty gash at this point in time. You know he's going to need some sutures after the fact. The focus right now, though, keeping his head in the game. Don't think about the cut. You got to think about getting your offense going and shoring up that defense to prevent that cut from getting any worse.
I need you to get your head back in the game. Remember the training. You need to push the pace now. You are better than this dude. Hands up.
Hey, second round, you ready? Are you ready?
All right, round two. Oh, man, look how quickly he gets that foot to the target. Effective strike there by Tony Ferguson.
Very nice.
Well, you know these leg kicks, Joe, are a big part of his arsenal, but I'm not sure he's been any better with it than he is here tonight. Visibly now, his opponent has started to slow down. Medeiros gets caught with that punch. His chin is held up thus far. Got to shore up the defense here, though. Hand speed, man.
He's doing a real good job of landing those punches. Hit him with the jab.
Effective punch there by Ferguson.
Good exchange there.
Oh, he brought that offense, Joe.
Powerful uppercut.
And now he lands a combination. Big
Huge
elbow there,
elbow to the head.
Some real power shots here.
He is landing some nasty elbows. Good elbow. That cut on his cheek is really nasty. They may stop this fight.
So a much different approach from him here in round two. Took him a while to find the range, get in his striking rhythm. He has found it here, and as a result, has really picked up the pace in round two. Lands a big
beautiful
elbow there.
Nasty combinations here. Oh, big elbow. Brutal elbows here.
All right, so there's a swing and a miss from him, and sometimes when you miss, it can tax your gas tank even more than when you land a strike. So clearly, it is energy preservation time at this point of the fight. Multitude of elbows now. Oh,
this could be it.
Ferguson's got the double underhooks here in the clinch now, Joe. Let's see what he can do with it. Battle for position here. How about that chin? Well, when you lean in like that, you're going to be vulnerable to those straight punches to the body, and it landed right there. He left the body wide open, and his opponent took advantage. Right hand on point.
Look at that jab. Nice.
That strike blocked by Medeiros. Ferguson gets tagged again.
Very good defense on display here. Very good blocks.
Finds his range with the jab. He blocks the punch.
Look at this. Oh, he's got a heel hook here. He drops back. Throws his leg over the top of his opponent's leg. Could be it. Securing the leg in position.
And the horn sounds on round two. All right, that is the end of the round, and the cut on his lip has gotten really, really bad. And at this point, you at least have to ask the as to whether or not it's affecting his breathing. I think Ariane Celeste doing work as usual. Third round underway.
He's definitely going to want to start this round off fast to try to pick up where he left off. His opponent was in big trouble at the end of that round. Nice.
Ferguson's lower jaw is just nasty at this point. Really swollen in that area now. Oh, and he continues to pour it on. We mentioned earlier the aggression with his striking. Got to be careful to not gas out here, but at least you have to admire the approach. Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. He hasn't really showed it. Oh!
He's in big trouble.
Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet.
Oh! Beautiful up kick. Big left hand.
Both guys landing with conviction now.
Oh, very nice. They clinch up once more.
Ferguson gets the over-under here in the clinch, Joe. Now let's see what he can do with it.
Got the Muay Thai clinch. Knees are coming.
3 minutes remain in the round. Oh, he's really starting to apply pressure on his opponent here. Different approach here in the last couple rounds, and it's the exact sense of urgency that you want to see from a fighter. Take the judges out of it. pummels under, maintains the under. Able to work it into the takedown.
Back to full guard. He's moved into half guard again. He's going to try to take the back, I think. Both hooks in. Oh, this is not good.
Oh, he's going for his arm now.
He's got the arm here. Now he's going to throw his leg over. He's got that arm locked. Throw the leg over the face. Look at this, though. Oh, this is not good at all. You got it, you got it. Nicely done. Round's about to end, sunk in that submission and got the victory.
Well, yeah, Joe, you could tell he was going to stop at nothing to leave the judges out of this one here tonight. He was focused on getting the win and getting it by submission. And you saw him in hot pursuit of it much earlier in the round, but he didn't want to rush it. Then there was an opening there late, largely caused by a beautiful setup, and the submission comes late in the round. High-level stuff there.
And finally, one more time, no choice but to tap.
Bruce Buffer inside the octagon with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki's called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 30 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Tony Ferguson!
Well, what else can be said about Tony Ferguson? Congratulations to El Cucuy, who gets yet another UFC win here tonight. And I think the condition...
Hear what I say. We are the business today. Shit is finished today. RT&J, we the new PB&J. We dropped the classic today. We did a tablet of today. Lit joints with the matches and ashes away. We dash away. Donna and Dixon, the pistol is blasting away.
Doctors of death, killing our patients of breath. We are the pain you can trust. Crooked it work, hooking up curses and slurs. In the mush, I became famous for blaming you. Naming my way through the brush. There was no training or taming of me and my bra. Live like a man, but I'm animal raw.
We are the murderers pair. That with the jail and we the murderers there. Then with the hell and discovered the devil delivered some hurt and despair. Used to have the push. Now my pounds of the push. Holy, I'm burning the bush. Now I give a about none of this shit. You run her over and out of this bitch.
Step into the spotlight. Copying of get done. I'm in a rush to be numb. Dropping 1,000 ain't much. Come from the clouds on a missile to turn this whole town into dust. Don't make a sound, baby, hush. I am the living swipe right on the mic. I'm a slut. I don't know how to not spit like a loud. I'm pounding my kids on your couch.
Half of a Mongol and mystical team, dealing this treacherous thing. Legend says L is a spawn out of hell. The myth is my mama's a murderous queen. Yo, like in Godfather 1. You get the gun as I christen my son. If I die today in this hell, I should pay. Tell the Lord Mikey said fun.
Every new record's my dick in a box. We get a doozy, the mullah's a lot. You're getting used to me doing no wrong. I don't play chicken, you prick, I'm a fox. You wanna kick it, I'll give you the rocks. You kiss the if you ball. I'm magic, in fact, I'm a war like a talk. I got a unicorn horn.
Stop.
Step into the spotlight. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes.
Pin the jelly won't snitch. I rent a room at the Ritz. I sip a fifth of the whiz. I'm dub in the tub, then I on my wrist.
I'll pull a sword on you since, just for the flick of the wrist. Get you given a miss. Me and my skip away whistling and grin. Every day's golden when you only win.
Bullying bounces and beating on beats. Sounds like a day at the beach. Preach. I keep the middle school step on your feet before you can speak.
We move among the ones you think of me. You think I'm lying, you right, see my teeth. Don't be a bore when I'm wrong if I move. No fun when your prey doesn't move. I put a to a bunny like